say that it's about that time when we talk about the program, the Missing Link now. The Missing Link is a drive of the Hearts to Build Youth Development Initiative that is focusing on making sure that young people have a holistic development. Victoria Chia is my name, and I will be your anchor person this very evening. This is Flow 94.9 FM, the flow of God's own state. Hey, so I am not alone in the studio today. I am with one of the founders of the Hearts to Build Youth Development Initiative, Antionine Raf Wanchikumayo. Welcome to the program.
Well, when you say I'm your anchor person, as if you're going to change the anchor person, we already know you're the anchor person.
Well,
so your name is Victoria Chia, and that should be the identity now.
Of course, there is a possibility of me, getting higher, changing. Someone has an anchor too.
Well, thank you very much, Victoria. It's good to be back on the studios. Thank you very much, listeners, and welcome.
All right, thank you very much, ma'am. Now, our guest personality today is Sister Therese Leo Ikwebu. She is a beautiful sister. She belongs to the
fairest amongst all of us.
The Daughters of Mary, Mother of Mercy Congregation. Ma, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
No, look at the way her voice is.
Very holy.
If you go to our page right now, Flow 949 FM, you will see these beautiful personalities in the studio about to talk about a very intriguing topic that is not usually talked about. But sister, can you at least let us know a little about you?
I am Sister Therese Leo Ikwebu, a daughter of Mary, Mother of Mercy, a congregation of in the Catholic Church. Yeah, a religious congregation.
A religious. Is there any other thing that you would like us to know?
Well, I've been in the congregation for over 28 years. Yeah, I've been a nun for about 28 years. And I work with the youth in Holy Rosary Secondary School.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining us.
And she also went to school, remember? So that we don't seem like she's just a nun in that congregation. She's right, very right.
Okay, thank you so much for that clarity, Antioni.
Sister, you should tell us what you've done, what you are reading. I know that you're quite lettered. What is your area? And what are you actually doing nowadays?
Well, I'm doing my PhD in Sociology of Religion.
Have you heard that
University
before?
of UU.
Sociology of Religion.
I am just hearing it for the fourth time. All right, so today we are looking at a very intriguing and interesting topic. Last time we talked about the barriers and the benefits of sex education, and it was very, very fantastic. We had the phone lines buzzing, and today we are looking at the topic young people and sex education. Now, someone is wondering, sex education, and our guest?
A nun.
A nun. I know, right?
But she's first a human being, remember?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so Antonio, let me start with you. You are a mother, and at least you have your experience when it comes to sex education.
Just like you do.
You cannot really say.
Because the way you're talking about it means you're well
say,
informed.
it's possible that I've just, been reading about
You're
it.
gambling about it.
I may not really have that strong, foundation when it comes to it, but you
Okay.
well, So I want you to be able to let's know what exactly is sex.
Well, sex has different meanings. The one that comes very clear to people's minds is the one that has to do with an intercourse between a male and a female.
Okay.
But primarily, sex denotes gender, male, female. But in today's world, once you mention sex, the first place people's minds go to is the other one, carnal knowledge of someone.
Okay.
Do you understand? And it mustn't be the carnal knowledge, it can also be another way. Do you understand? So the issue is that people have gone beyond gender as sex. Then sex means different things, but first and foremost is gender. Then the other sex has to do with activity, relationship between male and female.
Okay, so for the purpose of today's teaching, which area are we actually looking at?
Well, we talked about sex education, getting people to have the right information, the importance of them to have the right information, to know about their physiology,
Okay.
what happens around them, over them as a boy or a girl, You know, when you are born, there are things that are not in your, in your parts of body. As you age, as you grow, it begins to manifest. These are the things we're talking about. What makes you a male and what makes you a female? And how the information you have about these particular characteristics will help you to become a better person, a better informed person when it comes to relationship and decision making.
Okay, so that's the area we're focusing
Exactly.
on today. So now you've heard it, so that you don't think that we're about to say, okay, this is the styles.
To have sex on radio.
Yeah,
No.
that's not what we are talking about today. So you guys listening, calm down.
Calm down, be calming down.
We're just going to be talking about the area when it comes to the gender aspect of sex education. Thank you for that clarity, Antioni. All right, Sister Tyrus. Now, what exactly has been your experience interacting with young people and how much they know about their sex?
Unfortunately, throughout my years of experience working with the youth, I discovered that the lack of adequate knowledge or the right knowledge about sex, or knowledge gotten from the wrong quarters, has led a good number of them astray. They may not have the right information, but they have experiences, they have witnessed things. Social media has taught them things that they shouldn't know, and in the wrong way, and they apply it as such.
Okay, so when you say the wrong quarters, you mentioned social media. Now, are you saying that a young person cannot just go online and Google something and then learn about it? Are you saying that there are misinformations when it comes to the internet?
Of course. Entering the internet is a world of its own, and there are so many, it exposes people to a lot of things, and even using that media, that social media, needs education in itself. The young needs to be educated on how to use the social media correctly, because you can stumble over a bundle of information on social media, and they could get hooked up with the wrong one and go into the wrong direction.
Well, talking about internet, Antonio, do you think that there is a possibility of, making sure that this thing doesn't happen? Is it like, can you say for sure that this can be averted? Given the way we have access to the internet, do you think that there is a possibility of, stopping young people having access to those information?
Well, there are things you can't actually stop, but you can manage.
Okay.
The way about it is true. Like, young people are very explorative. They want to try new things. And once they have their hands on the Android phones, what happens? A human mind naturally wants to explore.
Okay.
And in that exploration, you can bump into so many things. That takes me back again to the home. In the home, you tell these people, these are things you need to know. These are the things you need to know. So when they now get hold of the social media, they will now know what they are looking for. Even when they find things that are not actually in line with what they have been taught, they'll be able to make an informed decision. Do you understand? But it's not just allowing them to go. There's no way you can control it.
Okay.
I give you an experience. I give you an example.
All right.
We all have young people in our houses.
Yes.
If you seize the person's phone, seize it today. By the time he or she steps out, his or her friend is somewhere. And in today's world, where you have cyber business centers anywhere, someone can just go and pay for 1 hour. You don't know what the person is doing there. So how can I even limit it? Just to find a way to manage their usage, let them have the right information, and know that it's not everything that is in the social media that is actually consumed.
Okay, so now the conflict of the internet and the belief system of what our parents indoctrinate in us, that conflict, what is that way to resolve it? Because if you tell me that I shouldn't touch, this part of my body should not be touched, and then I read in a book that somehow, if you are not touched, let me give you an example. Some people say to some young people that, you being, keeping your body pure will affect you when you are about to give birth. So that it's better that you have sex now, so that you don't have challenges when when you're older and you're about to give birth. How do you help someone who has received such knowledge get clarity? How do you dissect that conflict for a young person?
Is that to me?
Sister.
Okay. The sex education given by parents, in most cases, especially in Africa, in Nigeria, around our environment, is very erroneous most of the time. because it is covered in so many layers and given in the wrong packages, in the wrong direction. So giving sex education is not just the duty of the parents. Actually, it is the duty of both the teachers and parents. It is they should work in collaboration anyway. And giving this education has its own methods. It has to be direct. You name things, call things by their names. Parents should be smart enough to cash in when their words for their children gives them telltale signs of, they are now sexually active and, they are becoming conscious of themselves as sexual beings. They should feel it and then be able to decipher where they are, and then offer them what they need to know. Give them the right information. Let them into what it is. Name things. Let things be known by what they are.
All right, so I picked a line there.
Not to cover them.
It's the part where you say parents need to cash in. Now, I didn't know that sentence could actually go in direction of when you're actually interacting with your parents, that they have to cash in and discuss.
I know where your mind is going. Cash in and cash out. That's where your mind is going. Calm down. Just be calming down.
Okay. So, thank you very much for that explanation.
Just to add to what Sister has said.
All right, ma'am.
Sister said, a lot of parents, Africa, but not today. Today, the parents of today, have actually improved on the knowledge, because let's look at 20 years back, 30 years back. It wasn't like that. Your mom will tell you that this, she will not open her mouth to tell you these things. But in today's world, moms are informed, that not giving that information, not naming these things, just like Doctor said last week, just like doing us more harm than good. So it's all about the parents also being deliberate in giving out this information. Most of them were not given by their own parents. So they think, when you come of age, which one is when you come of age? Today's children are trying to explore everything explorable. So the earlier you begin to teach them about these things, that it's not bad that, this, whatever you're seeing is what makes you a woman, what makes you a guy. But wait for the appropriate time to begin to use those things.
Okay.
But there are things you can't tell a young person not to do. He or she will want to find out why you ask him not to do that. So it's right for you to give him or her the reason why you are telling him, wait for this, at this so time you can do this.
That's correct. All right.
That is guidance.
Yeah. Sister Terence, now, we had an issue the last time. We asked, what is the right age to begin to introduce sex education to your child? Now, I believe that there are phases, like you have the teenagers, you have the young people, and then we could split them now to the adults. Now, can we break it in bits? Can you say, okay, 3 things that a young person at this age should know about sex education, or what the parents should be able to teach the young person, say from the ages of 5 to 18, what the person should know from 18 to this age? Is that a way to break it down so that someone that is listening right now will pick that knowledge?
Okay, from the ages of 5 to maybe 8, 9, children should be able to know the parts of their body by name. And they should be able to know the functions of those parts of the body.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then as they grow into teenage ages, that is into adolescence, they should be able to know what happens when they use parts of their bodies, what they are used for, when they use it, and because at that time, energies are flowing in the bodies of both the girls and the boys at different stages. As the girls begins to see their menstruation, the boys begins to experience some bodily changes. The parents should be able to call things by name and tell them what happens within their body. When you begin to see your period, don't just tell him if a man touches you. Tell him if you have sexual relations with a man,
you get pregnant. Not when the person touches you.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you heard that too.
I did. But it helped us at that beginning stage.
But it does help. It does.
Yes, it helped us
Yeah,
then.
to some extent.
Yeah, you become overtly conscious of so many things, Yeah.
To some extent.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, this is the Missing Link, a drive of the Hearts to Build Youth Development Initiative. Now, I want you to know that the Hearts to Build Youth Development Initiative has a page, a Facebook page, Hearts to Build, like heart, to The digit 2 is where you find them. Then you'll be able to go through. Actually, after now, you can go back and listen and pick this great value. But we're about to open the phone lines straight up for you to be able to call in. Maybe if you have a question that of something that your teenager is experiencing, or some questions about your sexuality, or however it may be that concerns sex education, now would be the right time to call in. The numbers are 0808 182 6949 or 0811 605 2949. The SMS line is 0906 510 8289. What are those questions you have about sex education as a young person? Please call in and let Sister Therese and Antonio do justice to them. Hello.
Hello.
Good day.
Hello.
What's your name and where are you calling from?
CJ from Omaya.
CJ.
I think good evening.
CJ, I think you're going to be named the greatest scholar of the missing link. He has magical fingers.
Yes, he
Sorry, what
does.
happened?
All right, CJ, it's good to hear your voice.
All right, CJ, go ahead.
Yes, I have a question.
Please go ahead.
Yes. Okay. What of in a situation? What of in a situation?
Okay.
Yeah. When you are teaching a teenager that don't what you're supposed to do, and that teenager refuses to learn or to see what you are telling him or her, what do you do?
Okay.
All right, thank you. Great question.
Thank you so much, CJ. Keep listening.
Okay.
All right. So, Sister Therese, what happens?
Okay, CJ, you said when you're talking to a teenager and the teenager is refusing to listen to what you said, sometimes behind that stubbornness, there is a message. The only way out to deal with teenagers is to listen, and listen. Be friends with them. Go close to them. There might be something that he's battling with or she is battling with, and something that is of great concern that eating the person up. So you need to go close, be friendly, to be friends with the person, speak her language, whatever she says or he says, pick on it and explore it further.
Yeah, just to add to that, oftentimes our parents can be very judgmental. One of the things early exposure to sex education does to you is to build a bond between parents, teachers, and their children or their students. If I'm interested in you, and I will tell you, see, well, that thing that is happening to you, I've actually gone through it and see what happened. Let the person understand that you are not listening to him or her to judge him. You're listening to him or her to help him also see, this is how these things happen. If you do this, it will do this to you. If you do this, let the person know that you are also being empathic with him or her. You're not listening to say, you've done this one already. No, just like Sister said, be friends with them so they can have that confidence in you and be open to tell you a lot of things.
All right. Hello. Good day.
Hello, good day. How are you?
Men are calling.
Pastor Ifeanyi, welcome to the program.
Pastor and the nun. We have a nun here. I'm sure you know Pastor.
Victoria. Good day. How are you?
I am fine, sir.
Yeah, the Reverend Sister in the studio. Good afternoon.
Good evening, Pastor.
Good evening, yeah. So how are you doing?
I'm doing great, and you?
Okay, well,
Thank you.
thank God for everything. I'm fine. Yeah, my name is Pastor Ifeanyi. I'm calling from Bouncy, Isialangwa North, where the EMM is also. We have a convent there.
Okay.
I think I'm correct, Reverend Sister.
Yeah, somewhere in Mbausi. Yes, they have a
Yes,
community
we
there.
have a community, yes.
Now, the issue of sex education, in families needs not be overemphasized. But the problem I have observed in most homes is that parents shy away from it to, educate their children, to bring sexual education, in focus in their family. So then I want to ask you, Reverend Sister, why should parents shy away from this? What do you think is contribute to parents shying away from the responsibility of educating their children on issue about sex. I think if parents could be able to carry along with what you all are discussing this evening, I think the society, the girl child will have a change in the society. So why are parents shying away from it? Can you let us know? God bless you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
Pastor.
Well, just before Sister answers that question, Pastor, are you still with us?
Okay, so
I'm sure he's listening,
he'll-
and I wanted
yes.
to ask him. I'm sure he's a parent.
yes, it
How
is.
comfortable
I
are you,
believe so.
Pastor, discussing that, before Sister will answer? Because I know a lot of people don't also discuss it. So I want to ask him as a parent, how often has he actually done that to his own children?
Okay, well, he's not
I'm
online
sure he's
anymore, but he's
listening.
listening.
So, Sister, answer.
Pastor, already we all know that sex is an area that people are very cautious to trade on. To trade into. It is an area that is being, do we say, avoided because of its peculiarity. It is peculiar by its nature. And so the parents themselves didn't have any better education during their own days. So we are just evolving. So and that's why some of this then this is the reason for a program like this, so that parents will learn to step up to their responsibility. Times are changing. What applied and worked for people centuries or years back or 10 years back is no longer useful today. So parents need to go beyond what used to be and take the bull by the horns in order to address this issue. Sex is not a taboo. We should teach them the beauty. It is a beautiful energy created by God to be used for its designated function. So it has its purpose. So parents should feel free to talk about it to their wards or to their children. To feel free by them, free themselves, educating themselves, they themselves being educated. Let them get educated by themselves. By you can get into internet these days. There are a lot of information on the internet. Educate yourself. Listen to programs like this. Read articles so that you will know what to teach your children.
Exactly.
I'm kind of, I'm a bit for fix on my head. So, sister, you say now, you just talked about some certain things concerning the parents and why they shy away. Now, and you know that there are parents who did not learn these things, who were not taught, and they now have to go back to the internet, that same internet, and pick something. Now, is it not possible that a parent who doesn't know about a particular thing or is not well taught can pick something wrong and teach the child the wrong thing?
For you to be
Age.
a parent, there is age.
Age difference.
There's an age difference.
Okay.
Difference.
The way you were reasoning when you were 10 is not the way you reason now.
Yes.
So there must be a difference.
Yeah.
So the person going to the internet actually knows what he or she is looking for.
Okay.
And that will also only buttress whatever thoughts or facts he or she has in his or her mind.
Yeah.
So the person is going to the internet to gain more knowledge that's which he or she doesn't have. Not that he's just trying to, let me just try and Google and see what is going on there.
So it's a mixture
the
of
level of
experience.
media literacy a child has
It's not the same.
It's not the same with the parents.
All right. I'm well cleared right now. Thank you so much, Sister Terence. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
the girl is
Good day.
Good afternoon.
How are you? What's your name and where are you calling from?
I'm Chinaza calling from Mumbai.
Chinaza, you're welcome to the program, The Missing Link. Go ahead.
Hello.
Hello. We can
Hello?
we
Hello,
can
you
hear you.
hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Oh.
I think she was
Oh.
making efforts to listen to herself on the radio.
Some days are like that. But Chinaza, please do well to call us back. Now, before we do...
Because I need to hear a girl's voice, not just men calling.
Yes, we do. Before we wrap up, Anthony, why do you think that even with the level of sex education that is, being open to the young people, that we still have issues of the young person misbehaving when it comes to immorality? Why is it still high? Even with, this particular sex education everywhere right now, the awareness is everywhere, but still we have high level of immorality in the country?
Oh, well, it's both ways. It has to do with the society we are living in, has to do also with the individual. You know, oftentimes, apart from the training you get from your family, your friends, your peers, they have a bit of influence on you. And in today's world, society is also not helping matters. People are idle. People are idle. They're not, okay, look at students that have been off home. If someone is not meaningfully engaged, he or she will want to try something. So oftentimes, it's also the society not giving us the needed environment for them to also thrive better and do better. And for people who are actually doing the wrong things, there is no way you can take it away. We're living on earth. And on earth, we have the good, the bad, and the ugly. But we're only trying to encourage people to do the good for their own good and for the good of the society. There's no way you can limit it. Some of them are actually, some people are actually making efforts to be conscious of who they are and to do the right things. You can't say because someone is doing this, the person is immoral. It could be an issue with the family. It could also be an issue with the society. Some of them are engaged in drugs and a lot of things. You know, some use it as a defense mechanism, as something to help to cool off certain things. So maybe there are things that are lacking. A lot of people need love.
Oh, yes, we do.
People need love. And I tell you, when you talk to these young people, if you listen to them, they don't know are going through psychological issues. So they use that as an escape. At the end, they're actually undoing themselves.
All right, thank you very much, Anthony. Reverend Terrace, can you please advise the young person who is listening right now?
Whoever you may be now listening to us as a young person, know that you are beautiful, you are fearfully made, and then God made you for a purpose. Your body is not just for pleasure. Sexual energy is a beautiful thing when they are used in the right perspective. So you need to learn the dynamics of your body in order to be empowered to be able to navigate through life successfully and meaningfully, in order to develop values for yourself, to be able to take the right decisions, to be able to build the right relationships, so that when things are done appropriately, you live with confidence and enjoy your life to the fullest.
Thank you so much. Oh, it's been a beautiful evening. Thank you so much. Reverend Sister Terrace, your name is beautiful, actually. Anthony, thank you so much for being on the program today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. I want to remind you that the Hearts to Build Youth Development Initiative is so much interested in the young people, and you can go to their page. You will see you had a program yesterday.
Yeah, I was about saying that. I don't know how you forgot that. I mean, it was an awesome experience. And Sister was with us yesterday. We had 7 schools in attendance and had over 300 young persons from different schools. I mean, they were there from 12 noon till about 4:30 p.m. and they were not in a hurry to leave. We had a lot of content. We're going to talk about it when Father is with us.
All
I think
right.
we need to talk about it some other time so that we'll give you the full package, not in pieces. But it was an awesome experience yesterday with you, and they were so excited.
And that's how you make impact in the young people. Thank you so much, Reverend Father Augustine Obi and Antonio Rav. This is a beautiful initiative for the young people. Thank you, Sister Terrace.
Terrace Liu.
Oh, Terrace Liu, look at that.
Not just Terrace.
Thank you so much. Thank you. My name is Victoria Ichie. Keep it locked on Flow 94.9 FM till we come your way another Saturday with a very beautiful edition under the Mason Link. Stay put and don't touch that dial.